Well, it was last week an Oregon lawmaker raised concerns of possible racial bias after he was pulled over by state police twice in 3 days. Now, newly obtained body cam video is raising more questions about those stops as well as police training.
And our Joelle Jones is asking those tough questions about this tonight.
Again, after getting stopped on Monday, after the floor speech on Tyree Nichols on Tuesday, the first day of Black History Month, and I really just couldn't believe it.
As the only black man currently seated in the Oregon House, Representative Travis Nelson says he was stopped by Oregon State Police twice in 3 days.
You're having a little trouble maintaining your lane?
Nelson admits to going 11 miles over the speed limit, but maintains he never swerved out of his lane, as the trooper suggests, and as this video appears to show.
The reason for the stop is your cell phone use.
And just 2 days later, Nelson is stopped again, this time for holding his phone while trying to reconnect to an audio conference call. But unprompted, the trooper then asked the representative this question.
You work for the legislator or something like that?
Yeah.
You're what?
I'm in the legislature.
Okay, are you actually like legislator?
I'm an actual legislator.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I mean, that definitely makes a difference, because if that's the case, then I'm not allowed to, or I think there's a certain law regarding that sort of stuff. I mean, I'll just take a look at your license and that stuff, and then I'll probably get you on your way, okay?
As a lawmaker, we asked Nelson if he's aware of a law that would not require OSP to cite him.
To my knowledge, there's no law saying that legislators cannot get tickets. And you're right, with both stops, I was hesitant to tell either of the officers that I was a lawmaker. I did not want my being a legislator or someone who makes laws to have any impact on the way that I was being treated by the officers.
And while OSP did not immediately respond to our questions regarding that supposed law mentioned by their trooper, in a statement last week, OSP tells KOIN they spoke with Nelson about his concerns, stating in part, quote, "We take any allegation of racial bias seriously and are committed to eradicating racism from our profession. And we seek to understand how our enforcement efforts impact the communities we serve." OSP states Nelson only received warnings and was not issued citations for any of the alleged violations. But the representative says he believes his status as a lawmaker and the suit he was wearing both played a role in how he was treated, telling us he's concerned about what that means for others who look like him.
Although I did not get a ticket either time, that's not the point. And what I was doing was at the point, it's really the fact that I was stopped twice in 3 days. And I think about what could be happening to other Black and brown people who are getting stopped frequently.